Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. Child, we are back with part 3 of the reunion for Love and Marriage Huntsville season 3 episode 22. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you are back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Please do not hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you get anything out of the content. And while I am here, happy holidays to everyone. Whatever it is that you celebrate, I hope that you and your loved ones have an awesome time together. Because, child, we might not see each other next week. Now, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. So, when the reunion first picked up, Tisha was saying, put some respect on my name, okay? So, Tisha is still telling them to put some respect on her marriage. And Louis is like, okay, because this is your opinion. So he looks at Marceau and he goes, yeah, I've known people that have been married for 30 plus years. Marceau said, yeah, but I don't take advice from those that haven't been successful. Marceau, you don't take advice from anyone, sir. Not even a therapist. Okay, so it's not just Louis and them. Okay, it's everybody. Boy. So Carlos said, okay, well, thank you, Whitlows. You guys have obviously provided lots of dialogue amongst these couples. And that's about all they provided because the entertainment value is that of a gnat. Y'all hear me? Child, we could have done without. Bye, uh-ohs. Honey, we'll see you later. Moving forward. Now it's time for just the ladies. The men go to the back, right? So the Scott brothers and their tall tales, they go to one dressing room. Martell is in the other dressing room, probably sending a text full of lies when Barry White walks in. And Martell was like, yeah, I tried to have your back, man. Marceau was done with Louis when he told his wife their guy business. Because y'all know that he liked to do his dirt in private. That's when he realized he couldn't do dirt with Louis. He talked too much. So Marceau in the other room, he was like, don't just call us not transparent and tell all our business, but you're not taking any accountability or being transparent on your end. Maurice was like, transparency is being forthcoming. Were you being transparent about meeting the mistress? Absolutely not. Boy, goodbye. Moving forward. In the other room, they're singing a different tune. They're like, yeah, I don't want you to come and tell my stuff. I don't want you asking me for my tea. Why? Why would you ask me for stuff like that? Are you really trying to get to know me? Child, everybody just be quiet. Quiet on the set. In the next scene, we're back with the ladies. Hey, ladies. So they immediately get into the Destiny and Tiffany drama. So Carlos said, we had enough cat fights this season, starting with Destiny and Tiffany. And when he laughed at that, I said, Carlos having a good old time, baby. Carlos loves some mess. The way he laughed when he transitioned into Destiny and Tiffany told me everything I needed to know. I was like, baby, he is living. Do y'all hear me? Baby, he got them ankles out. Oh, child, this is a fool. So they show their moments. And the moment Tiffany sealed her fate with the viewers at Destiny's birthday brunch. So Carlos asks, Destiny, why was Tiffany out of line for bringing that up at your birthday brunch? You don't think she was out of line? Because, honey, all of us do. So Destiny said, it was the context in which she tried to get me to remember her. Listen, she knew exactly what she was doing. She wanted a moment and she got one. And unfortunately, that moment put a sour taste in people's mouth. And, honey, she really just can't come back from it. That's just the bottom line. So Carlos asked if Destiny thought Tiffany was messy. She said, hell yeah, honey, of course. We all think she's messy. She's a mess box. So Carlos then asked Mel if she felt like Destiny was a dog with a bone. She said, I do feel like it carried on for a long time. Girl, I know you did. Child, we have listened to you argue with Tisha, with Martell, with anybody who will listen. This woman is upset because Tiffany came in hot when she should have just sat there and ate her brunch and not said anything. She wanted a moment. She got a moment, and this is where we are. Girl, please. She was like, she just never really got over it. Oh, okay. So tell me how you would have gotten over, because y'all still can't get over what's going on from season 1. But just let me know how you would get over it if someone came into your birthday celebration. Now, this is not just a, any old kind of brunch we getting together. We just going to drink some mimosas and talk. No, this is a whole birthday brunch. Comes in and tells you, I know you. Oh, shoot. You know what? Actually, I don't know you. I know the woman that your man was cheating on you with, allegedly. You know what, Mel? I was going to save this, but I'm going to have to say it. I think it's so uncool. I think you're acting a fool. Shout out to you. Girl, shut up. Just shut up. Child, this is a mess. So Destiny said, we never really just hashed it out. So then Tiffany tries to say something and Destiny is like rolling her eyes, honey, as she should. She's like, look, I can't even say it. Like, you're blocking me from even saying it. Destiny don't like Tiffany. End of the story, honey. Some people you just don't mesh well with. She did this to herself, honey. That's it. I said what I said and I'm not changing it. So then Mel pipes up, giving her 2 cents. Mel, you brought Tiffany. So this is actually your fault. Like, if we really want to get into it as we get into it, you and your Bob. Yeah, and it was cute, girl. That Bob was cute that day. But you brought Tiffany to the brunch. So therefore, and thus and such, this all circles back to you. But we know you claiming you only know her through the chambers of commerce. So, child, we're going to let that be. Moving forward. So then Tiffany was like, it's just crazy how judgmental you are. Destiny said, how did I judge you? You didn't judge her, Destiny. You judged your interaction with her, which was some bull. Okay? She was like, because in Vegas, when I was talking to Tisha, she said that was before the one-on-one. She said, and I don't understand why you getting so damn snappy. Oh, no, ma'am, honey. I would have cussed her out. Oh, child. I would have cussed her in that little house on the prairie dress all the way out. Do y'all hear me? Baby, you and them kitten heels would have been scurrying on out of there when I got done with you. Child, I know you didn't. Destiny said, okay, now see if I return that energy, it's going to be a lot. Here comes Mel to the rescue. Mel, stay out of it. Allow them to speak their speech. See, that was the problem during the season. You never allowed them to. Every time Destiny starts to say something in response to Tiffany and her fakery and her foolery, you pipe up. Girl, sit back. Finally, you got a break. Please just sit back. Ciao. So here comes Mel. She's like, I don't like them being into it like this. Like, is it something more? Like, what is it? Because it's just not making any sense. Mel, I know exactly what you are thinking. And this isn't a fight over your friendship, as you implied during the season. So, child, let it go. Moving forward. Carlos said, well, you have a friend here. Somebody you called your baby mama. Let me tell y'all something. I was like, what? Baby. You can tell when we in charge, honey. We gonna speak our speech, child. Not you called her your baby mama. Oh, honey, Andy would never. Oh, child. Oh, I love us. He said it seemed like over the course of this season, you two were getting into it as you got into it. Y'all know he didn't say that, but y'all know I like to judge it up. So then he asked Destiny where her and Mel's friendship was as of now. She said, I'm confused because we went from speaking every day to every other week to I haven't spoken to Mel since we wrapped. Well, honey, it's probably because of that poor timing you had when you needed the village and whatnot during the album release party for the world premiere of Side Chick of the Year Award. It probably was that. No, I'm just playing with y'all. So Destiny said, I call Mel and I may get a text back or I may not. Oh, okay. So at this point, you should know that she considers you just a coworker. I mean, we're just going to have to call a spade. Because if I call my friends, okay, and I'm doing air quotes, and they don't call me back, then I'm assuming you don't want to talk to me. So therefore, and thus and such, I'm not going to reach back out to you again. That's how I operate. But let's hear what Mel has to say. Mel said, first, I'm sorry that you feel confused. She said, but real talk, when I'm done with Love and Marriage Huntsville, I break away. I mean, I have to have my own time. And I can understand that. I can understand needing to recharge, but just express that. Like, don't ghost your friend. Okay. And then the thing is, you wanted her to disclose personal information about her divorce and what she was going through when you don't even respond to phone calls. Honey, you don't even pick up the phone. So exactly how was she going to let you in on something when she can't talk to you? Moving forward. So then Tisha gave a look, honey, because she was like, Mel is full of it. Mel was like, yes, Tisha. Carlos said, why did you make that face, Letitia? Tisha said, I just feel like it's an excuse. What do y'all think? Is Tisha right? Because let me tell you something now. I know the people can't stand Tisha, honey, and she got the hump going and whatnot. But at the same time, part of what Tisha is getting ready to say next, I agree with. Now let's continue. Tisha said she did the same thing to me. When she needs you and she has time, it's all good. But when she gets herself together, then she's too busy. So Carlos said, so how does that make you feel, Mel? Mel was like, what the hell? She's like, I have always been together. That's number one. And when I was going through things with Hotel Holt, then I pulled back. Tisha said, yeah, but I was talking to you through that. She said, okay, but I also pulled back. So Mel was trying to explain it, honey. And Tisha was like, okay, sounds good. Baby. Mel said, don't make me out to be a loser. Tisha said, I just don't think you know how to be a real friend. Tisha, that hump got you talking like that? Girl. She said she don't think Melody is a real friend, honey. I can see that. Okay, I can see that. Based on this season and how Mel has treated Destiny, I don't know. Mel might not know how to be a friend. Like, she seems self-absorbed at times. Now, I know that's an unpopular opinion, and I know the people gonna be like, well, what? Mel is the greatest. Look, child, I've been watching this since season 1. And Mel is not always the greatest. I said what I said, and I'm not changing it. And part of what I've seen as far as her and Destiny are concerned, she does not know how to be a real friend. Mel feels like Tisha doesn't know how to be a real friend either. So Carlos asked Tisha if she feels a comparison to what's happening with Destiny and Mel. Tisha said on the show, you know, me and Mel, we were like, our relationship was over. So she was like throwing little dabs. Tisha, it's jabs, okay? Dabs, or, you know, that little arm thing they do, like, dab, you know, like, girl. Oh, Tisha. Girl, she was throwing jabs and whatnot. She said, but with Destiny, you know, she was forming a friendship, so she was a lot nicer to her while filming than she was to me. And, of course, y'all know Mel was looking like, I think you're so uncool. No, I'm just playing. Y'all know Mel was looking at her like, girl, I know you fucking lying. So Carlos asked Mel if she thought Destiny was a good friend. She said, yes, I do. He said, but now? She said, well, you know, we haven't talked much. That's because of you, Melody. You haven't been answering the phone. So Destiny is like, are we good? She said, I have friends that I don't talk to every day. Now, I do understand this. Destiny said, yes, but it's a gradual thing. Like, this was just so abrupt. Like, I went from talking to you all the time to not talking to you at all. So here you go, Mel. I'm sorry that you're hurt, and I'm sorry that you feel that way. Oh, child, honey, it couldn't be me. Now, I don't know about Tisha and Mel, and this may be an unpopular opinion, but the way that Mel treats Destiny, this apology included, she does not know how to be a friend. Destiny has been riding with Mel, even left her car at the restaurant to leave with Mel. Y'all remember when Martell was getting into it with Miss Wanda and all hell was breaking loose and Mel wanted to escape? Destiny was like, forget that car. Forgot our keys, forgot our purse, and just hopped in. Now that's a ride or die. And Mel does not do the same thing for Destiny. Child. But Mel gives that crappy apology. Girl, moving forward, y'all are just co-workers. Moving forward. Now it's time for Kimmi and Tisha. Child, why when they came back from the commercial, they were playing Gin and Juice through Carlos speaking? I want y'all to just go listen to it. They were playing the instrumental. All I heard was Snoop Doggy Dogg. Shout out to Snoop D-O-double-G. Child, this is a mess. This is a fool. When I tell you I love our people, child, we're going to do some unique stuff if we don't do nothing else. Y'all just go back and listen to it. If you didn't hear it, just listen to the instrumental that's playing when Carlos comes back from break after he talks to Mel and Destiny. Child was a fool. Moving forward. Then we take a look back at the sisters-in-law. Carlos asks, so where do you think things went wrong, Kimmi? Kimmi said, she was mad at me because I was friends with Mel when they were into it. Tisha said, Mel was trying to destroy my marriage. Kimmi, you know everything that she did. Kimmi said, look, I was telling them both in their faces. I told Mel to stop. Tisha was like, yeah, you told her once. She still told her, Tisha. Okay, she still said it. Okay, because all this time you were making like she never said it at all. She still said it. Kimmi said, no. It was on TV. It was more than once. So Tisha won't stop talking and she finally pipes down. And Kimmi said it was once in Gatlinburg, okay, and once on Mel's back porch. I told them both to stop telling lies. Kimmi said, I told Mel to stop saying stuff in her face. But because it didn't make TV, I guess it didn't happen. She said that's why she feels like she can't live up to Tisha's expectations. So then Tisha said, I go hard for my friends and I expect them to do the same thing. So, of course, Kimmi disagrees. And Kimmi said, when have you gone hard for me? Like, please let me know. Well, Tisha, okay, a word. What did make TV is you sitting down with Kiowa and you weren't going hard for Kimmi in that moment. Okay? I mean, let's just say what it is. When you sat down with Kiowa, you said that Kimmi broke girl code, knowing that the streets were talking and saying that Kimmi was a side chick. Child is a fool. Moving forward. So Kimmi and Tisha are going back and forth and back about if Tisha is spoiled. And Tisha admits, yes, I am spoiled. Tisha said, but I have never called any of them any names. Kimmi said, the only reason why I said that is because I have watched an entire season with you and your mama dragging me the whole time. Tisha, she didn't call you a bit, okay? She called you spoiled, to which you just admitted being. Oh, Tisha, I really like you. But we have got to get out of that victim mindset. Everyone is not out to get you. It's it's some insecurities that I don't know, maybe stemmed from childhood. I'm not sure where it came from, but we got to learn to move past that. And I just say that because of this. When I was younger, I used to get bullied a lot, like when I was in elementary school. Because, honey, in middle school and high school on up, honey, I was popping. But when I was in elementary school, girls used to bully me. So when I got older and I started to form relationships with other girls, if they didn't seem to really have my back like 100% of the time, right or wrong, I felt like they weren't my friends. And that was all because of what I went through when I was younger. So I think Tisha is going through something, honey. You need to get down there and talk to Dr. Francis, child. See if you can do a Zoom call in between commercials or whatever it is you got to do. Child, because this ain't making no sense. So Carlos asked if Kimmi feels like Tisha is too immature for the tough conversations that she wants to have. She said, I'm not going to say immature. Oh, Carlos, honey, you're trying to start a war. Baby, Carlos trying to get the party started for season 4, honey, and you ain't fooling me. So then he asked if Tisha was the kind of woman that Kimmi would be friends with if they weren't related. She said, no, I just don't have the energy for that. Like in my life, I just don't have the energy. Okay, so next season, we will hear Tisha bring this up yet again, and they will argue and fuss and fight in a circle for the entirety of season 4. Got it. Carlos was like, well, Tisha, did that break your heart? She said no. I mean, if she don't want to be friends with me, then she don't want to be friends with me. I mean, it is what it is. We don't have to be friends. We can be family. Kimmi is like, see, this is the energy. This is the energy that I'm talking about. Tisha said, no, I'm just responding to what you said. Tisha, it's the passive aggressiveness in which you're saying it. You know you don't mean that. That's what she's talking about. Like, you know you don't mean it. So just say, yeah, that breaks my heart. Like, why would you say that? Of course, I have my faults. Of course, I can be this way and that way. But why are you saying you wouldn't want to be friends with me when I know I would want to be friends with you? So Destiny was like, it was a hypothetical question, Tisha. Yeah, it was a hypothetical question, Destiny. But let's be real. Kimmi would not be in a space with Tisha outside of this show. Like, the answer was true, hypothetical or not. Moving forward, Tisha was like, I told her something hurt me. And I mean, I feel like if you can't be like, okay, girl, I'm sorry, I dropped the ball, then I don't want to be friends with her either. Tisha, don't do that. I do believe you will want to be friends with Kimmi. You're just hurt by her answer. And that is okay. Okay, but say that, girl. Moving forward. During the break, the ladies started getting into it, child. Mel started standing all up. I didn't say anything about you. Tisha was trying to talk to Kimmi. Somehow Mel piped up. And she felt like Tisha was talking about her marriage. Mel said, I might have talked about your marriage, but I didn't talk about you. First of all, Mel, sit down. If a person stands up on me, I in turn have to stand up. Like, you will not catch me unleveled. Like, I'm not going to be sitting while you're standing over me. Granted, Mel ain't going to do nothing. I mean, she's not going to hit her or anything. But it's just the fact that, girl, don't stand over me. Honey, please don't stand over me. Sit down. You speak and I will listen. But the bottom line is neither of you were a good friend to each other. Mel, you weren't a good friend to Tisha. Tisha, you weren't a good friend to Mel. Mel, you weren't a good friend to Kimmi. Kimmi, you weren't a good friend to Tisha. Tisha, you weren't a good friend to Kimmi. Everybody just leave each other alone, child. And Mel gonna unplug her phone and put y'all on block as soon as the season is over. Child, this is a mess. In the next part of the reunion, the mothers come out. Okay, mamas, y'all look nice. Child, Miss Wanda finna get ready to get into it as she get into it. And then the men rejoin. Here go Martell. He all excited, Martell. Sit back. So Carlos was like, where's Miss Marlene? So Martell tells us that she's at the house taking care of the kids. Child is for the best because all of them together will be in an unadulterated mess. So please just let her stay at the house. Carlos said the moms couldn't ignore some of the things that their children were going through. Let's take a look at these opinionated mamas. So, child, then they showed a clip with everybody speaking their speech. And Carlos asked Miss Vanessa if it was hard to see Martell cheat and have a baby on Mel. She was like, yeah, it was very hard. She said, I was hoping for a different outcome, but, I feel like she made the best decision for her. I'm happy to see her happy. So then Mel got emotional because her mom has always been team Mel and Martell, the Incredible Holtz. And she said to hear her say that she was happy, it made her emotional and whatnot. So Martell lies yet again about how he tried, but he does feel like Miss Vanessa was on their side. So Carlos said, do you believe in Miss Vanessa? She was like, what? I just find it hard because according to the kids, it's always daddy did this and daddy did that. That's because they're being exposed to too much. And if y'all think they ain't watching this show, y'all are crazy. Okay? I'm just telling you right now. They're finding some clips. They're finding something somewhere. I hope you do not think you are keeping them completely in the dark when you are not. Martell, you do straight up lives taking the kids to school. They're waiting in the garage in a parked car while you make it a point to create an entire 30-minute live. So Martell says, so how would they gather that information? Mel has implanted this. And both of y'all have implanted this. So Mel quickly was like, no, I defend you more than I do anything. So Martell said, well, why did, Milani say, well, mommy told me you have a girlfriend. Well, you have one. And what else is going on? Okay. So Carlos asked Martell if the kids knew about the mistress and the baby. He said, Mel told them both things. Child, they love to play the blame game. Child, pointed her, pointed him. Oh, child. She said, if I told them that, then why when I pulled up to West End Grill, when you were there with the child and the child's mother, were they screaming out the window, get away from my daddy? And she had her body hanging out of the window and she was like, get away from my father. When they panned to Miss Wanda, the way Miss Wanda was looking at Mel, I have never seen her more quiet and attentive. Baby, she was into it. She was looking at Mel like, and girl, then what else happened? So she was really doing that. Baby, she was eating it up. I'm like, oh, child, Miss Wanda, calm down. So then Mel was like, when I look up, I see them. And you know what? That's really heartbreaking. To the kids, it probably looks like he's playing family with another woman and another child, but can't be a family with them anymore as far as being with their mom. And I'm sure that affected them. Look at how her daughter was crying when they had that comeback group meeting. And then Martell left abruptly. She was upset then. So I can only imagine the emotions that they're going through. And I hope that they're creating an open dialogue with the kids, checking in every now and again just to see how they're feeling, because kids will internalize some stuff and grow up to be, a menace to society. Do y'all hear me? So please talk to your children. Honey, I have a check-in with my son every night. And you know what? Even though he's 6, I ask him at the end of the week to grade me. I'm like, how was my parenting this week? Was it an A, a B, a C, or a D? Child, the other week he gave me an F, honey. He said I did entirely too many reviews. But anywho, child, got to get my coins moving forward. But no, I had to correct that though. So please check in with your children. So Carlos said, when she saw that, did she put 2 and 2 together? Mel said, no, I didn't tell her, because it's not my place. Okay, Mel. So what did you say? When you saw her response, how did you explain it? Carlos, I'm going to need you to ask some follow-up questions. Okay, Mel. So what was she screaming about? Why would she just randomly scream because she sees her dad out with someone? Please explain. So then he asked Hotel Holt why he hasn't told the children. He was like, because when it comes to the kids, I just feel some kind of way. No, you're embarrassed, okay? You're embarrassed that you did it and now you don't want to own up to it. But just go and tell him, child. He's here now, so just go ahead and say what it is. Child, Martell is a whole fool. Anywho, moving forward. Carlos shifts gears to Miss Wanda and Miss Vanessa's heated exchange. He said, Miss Wanda, you wanted Mel and Martell to get back together. Miss Vanessa said, yeah, she talked just to hear herself talk. Miss Vanessa, I have to agree. Miss Wanda from the school of, I'll take a piece of a man over no man at all. That's what school she's from. The old fool school. Child, because I wish I would sit up here and take a piece of a man just to have somebody. I don't think so. Miss Vanessa said, what made you think she was going to listen to you? Miss Wanda said, did you think she was going to listen to you? Miss Wanda, that is her mom. Of course, she thought that she was going to listen to her. See, this is what she's saying about how you just speak and you're not thinking, honey. So Miss Wanda said, all those tapes you were out there making, you should have told your daughter how to make some of those tapes. Oh my God, I have no words. When she said that, my mouth was wide open. Everybody was looking confused. Miss Wanda will literally say the first thing that comes to her mind. You know what? Y'all might be right, honey. Miss Wanda might be too messy, honey. That's just too disrespectful. So Mel was like, oh, we got tapes. Don't worry about that. We got tapes. Okay, Mel, honey, that's TMI. He was still in the streets and whatnot, child. So put the tapes away. Child, what is happening? So Tisha said, I know y'all don't think I tell my mom stuff, but I tell her not to repeat the things that she reads on social media. Miss Wanda is just a loose cannon, honey. She gonna do what she want to do regardless. Apparently, it's a tape with Marceau's brother. So Marceau said, I heard about it, but I've never seen it. Well, child, he ain't say it didn't exist. Did y'all catch that? So Carlos said, so you had a relationship with their brother? She said, no. Listen, this is my thing. How many Scott brothers are there? Y'all coming out of the woodworks like the Wayans. What? I have never seen so many brothers. So Miss Vanessa was like, no, we were friends. We spent time together. Martell said, but you drove 5 or 6 hours to see him. Baby, y'all know Martell gonna tell it. Honey, if he going down, everybody going down with this ship. Okay? Martell is gonna tell exactly what he know. Please don't tell him nothing, because he gonna use it against you on Mad Day. Marceau said, at the end of the day, whatever the relationship was between Van and Mark is their business, but I will say that they did have a relationship. Well, honey, the tape rumor started somewhere. And did y'all notice that Miss Vanessa didn't refute it, honey? She ain't say nothing when Marceau said they did have a relationship. Woman, that man was not your friend. Honey, y'all was getting into it as y'all got into it, allegedly. Moving forward. Carlos then asked Miss Wanda if Kimmi was a snake. She said, I said that because I knew that Tisha and Kimmi were talking about Mel. So I knew that if Kimmi was over there with Mel, they probably was talking about Tisha. That's why I said she probably is a snake. And listen, I have to say this. If you're going to get with me and talk about my friends or talk about my friends to me, I can almost guarantee that when you get with them, you talk about me as well. So, I have to agree with Miss Wanda, honey, as screwed up as her logic is. So Tisha said, I have said things to my mom. I know that y'all don't think that I do, but she's going to say what she wants to say. So Carlos asked Tisha if she felt Kimmi was being disrespectful when she said, shut the fuck up to Miss Wanda. And Kimmi said, I only give you a few passes to speak to me crazy. After that, it's on. She ain't said exactly like that, but honey, I'm paraphrasing it. So Miss Wanda said, it wasn't no disrespect to me because we're speaking woman to woman. She's not Tisha's age. Carlos said, she's your peers. Oh my God. Baby, they don't care what they say. Ooh, I'm hollering. Child, how old are they? How far apart are they in age? Child, I got to get on the Googler. Honey, I got to Google it. Oh, child, this is a mess. Kimmi looks like a real young woman, and Miss Wanda look like somebody, mama child. Oh, this is a fool. So Kimmi and Tisha do this same merry-go-round that we've seen before, seasons 1 through 3. And Tisha then says, people were dragging me, and I felt like Kimmi was helping them drag me. So Maurice said, Kimmi would have chosen Tisha over me, if we're being real. Maurice, at this point, honey, I'm not nothing you saying after you lied on part 2. Child, please. Marceau thinks they need to block out the outside noise, and this is the problem. The problem is Tisha takes in what everyone says in the comments and on these blogs, and she acts like it doesn't bother her, but in fact, it does bother her. And then she wants Kimmi to have her back and have blind loyalty to her, whether she's right or wrong. Meanwhile, Kimmi feels like I give what I get. Like, I know that it's a lot that we don't see. So as far as Tisha and Kimmi's relationship is concerned, I don't think these two will ever get on the right track until they get off this show. That's just the bottom line. Moving forward. Carlos said, well, I hope the two of you will come back together. I know it's going to take some time. Child, Carlos, it ain't going to happen. Moving forward. So then they take a break. We get the moms off the stage. Mel and Martell, they get into it as they get into it. Martell always got something to say, and then he don't want Mel to have nothing to say back. I'm like, oh, child, please. Child, we done went through this for the entire season. And we're back. Carlos tells us that they will be getting another season, so congratulations for season 4. Then Jalen in his street clothes, honey, he brings out the chocolate in a bottle. Destiny gets a little closer. Charlie comes and sits on down next to her with her jeans on. Remember, he said that she wasn't his type. She was feeling some kind of way. She made a little joke, honey, but behind every joke is a little bit of truth. And they raise a toast to a fantastic season 3 and to a season 4. And that is a wrap. Child, this reunion was good to me. But let me just say this, Carlos Kane. I know next week is Christmas, so nobody's really going to have time to just sit down and watch Love and Marriage Huntsville. But we could have done without that Martell and Mel all up and through episode or whatever it was called. The Martell and Mel from hell of it all. Whatever that was called, we could have been done with that. And this is a reunion I actually think that we needed 4 parts for, because we didn't talk about, the whole thing that happened in Vegas. We didn't really touch on the rumors out there about Marceau having other children. Like, there was a lot of things that we didn't talk about. And I really wish that we would have gotten into it. But y'all, that is the end for me. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about part 3 of the reunion. I don't feel like they really utilized the moms like they could have. Like, I appreciate them bringing them out, but it didn't really give the zhuzh that I thought it was going to give. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace. Happy holidays.